Welcome to Paradise Jam, NCAA on a paradise land. From near and far, them a travel all long to come experience a beautiful white sand. So, Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam in the Virgin Island. Paradise Jam.
Nice jam gets underway. Bradley 1-4, Duquesne 1-4 as Bradley lost two close ones. Duquesne took Colorado to overtime. Two teams that have played well here in the tournament, Kevin, but neither have found a way to win. He's Kevin Lehman, I am Brad Wells, and we're excited for the first of 4 games today coming your way from the final day of this Paradise Jam tournament. Kevin, these two teams, they've played well. They've gotten better. And only one gets to leave with a win.
Well, they certainly have. That's you come here 3 games, 4 days. You want to see some growth in your team. There's a good look at the schedule, how we've got here today.
So Duquesne and Bradley get it started in this 7th place game. It'll be followed by Colorado and Brown. Creighton and Southern Illinois to play for 3rd. And Colorado State and Northeastern will be in the championship game. As we begin by taking a look at a couple of players we're going to see in this first game. And Terry Roberts had a huge game in the first day down here in the islands.
He was big against Colorado State with 21 points. Coming in averaging just under 15 a game. Had some foul issues in their last game. I really like his game. He can knock in the 3. They play him at point. Sometimes Brian Wardle will move him to that off-guard spot. I think this is a guy that's going to be vying for newcomer of the year in the Valley. He has been sensational, his ability to score at all 3 levels. Quick hands, and he glides right through the defense like he's playing on skates.
The other end of the floor for Duquesne, Kevin Easley, the sophomore. He had a big game against Colorado.
He's had a double-double, 19 points, 12 rebounds for Kevin Easley. And this guy is well-traveled. Committed to VCU. Didn't end up going and becoming the freshman of the year in the SoCon. Transferred to TCU. Now he's back at home here in Duquesne where he's really found a home. I think this guy's a big-time player.
Let's take a look at our body armor keys to the game and start with the Braves here.
Well, for Bradley, they're going to go get it. They're going to throw up in the glass and get it back. 15 offensive rebounds a game. That's how they score some points. They must defend with a purpose. This is one of the best defensive teams here, but they've got themselves in foul problems throughout this tournament. They got to keep their hands off. And I need to see the Braves play a full 40 minutes. Had some good starts and then couldn't finish the game in their last one.
For the Duquesne Dukes, start with sharing that ball.
Well, they've done it. 6 assists in their first game against Northeastern, and they came back with 12 against Colorado State. And they have to be physical to match that physicality of Bradley. And remember, this is not a sprint. This season is a marathon, and Keith Danvert knows it with 10 new players on his roster.
Bradley wins the tip. Ville Tavanainen available and in the starting lineup for head coach Brian Wardle. There's a feed inside for Rink Mast, and an early 2 for Bradley gets us started.
That's what Ville gives you, some height on the perimeter. Good dump down pass. Also, Ville can stretch the defenses with his 3-point shooting.
Duquesne's Okani takes the first attempt for the Dukes. Starters for Bradley: Roberts, Leons, Henry, Tavanainen, and Mast. And that's Leons from the corner.
Leons has the ability to shoot the 3, score inside. JUCO Player of the Year last year at Mineral Area.
There's your starters for Duquesne: Tyson Acuff. You have Okani, Trey Williams, Kevin Easley Jr., and Primo Spears.
Spears trying to learn how to run an offense. Coming out of prep school, he was a big-time scorer.
Trey Williams, the 3 attempt off the mark. Leons with a rebound. Trey Williams, the transfer from Indiana State. He's played against these Bradley Braves the last couple of years.
He was stretching here in front of me before this game started, and I asked him, did you give your teammates any tips on the Braves? And he said, you got to be tough when you play against Bradley. I told him, match the physicality. It's one of my keys. Trey Williams and I think a lot alike.
He may have been looking at your notes as you were underlining them, circling the important ones. Spears off the back iron. Now Roberts in transition. Out to Tavanainen, three-point try. Rebounded by Okani.
Trey Williams with 7 blocks that game against Colorado. Colorado's got some height.
Here's Williams working against Henry. And he turns it over.
Need a big game out of Henry. Number 22 there on your screen. Foul issues in their last contest against Brown. He didn't get very many minutes and only 2 points. He's a double-digit scorer for Bradley. There's the dude on skates right there. Oh, Roberts deep into the defense. Rink Mass couldn't handle it. That penetration.
Just wasn't ready for that pass.
Getting ready for the rebound.
Well, and Bradley has really dominated in the paint as they continue to outscore their opponents by an average of almost 13 points. This is just paint points per game. Saw the early 2 from Mast, but that's where it's got to start for Bradley, isn't it?
No question. They're going to take it in there. And that's what Brian Worrell has done in his tenure, not only at Bradley, but when he was at, before that, at Wisconsin Green Bay. His teams were always physical, challenge you at the rim, great rebounding teams, excel defensively.
Duquesne looking for a spark. Jackie Johnson, the third, into the game for Primo Spears. Here's Henry on the run out. Gets it over easily. And Bradley a 7-0 lead.
Great effort by Ari Boya to keep that ball in bounds. And then Henry contorted his body to finish off the window.
Johnson and Roberts. Here's Easley driving on Leons and gets tripped. Foul goes on Malavi Leons.
There's the drive. Tripped over his foot. Now Bradley has had good starts before. One of their keys, they have to play a full 40 minutes. Be consistent.
Leon Ayers checks in for Duquesne. 6'5" junior out of Troy, Michigan. Transfer from Mercer.
Ayers is instant offense.
Goes
he
right
knows where
to
they hung
the
the
rim.
hoop.
Williams grabs an offensive rebound. It did not hit the rim, just hit glass. Here's Williams, did not get it off in time, wave it off. That's a shot clock violation.
Another good defensive stand by the Braves.
And they're going to take a look at this just to make sure it did not hit the rim.
I thought it was a little closer. It's got to come out of his hand before the buzzer.
Now, would they be looking at if it was out of his hand before the buzzer, or are they looking at?
They're waving it off no matter what they're doing.
I think they might have been looking to see if Ayers' shot glazed the
good
iron.
point. Yeah, that would have reset the shot clock. If we can see at top of the screen. Hesitate just enough. It's already at 0 and it's ball in his hand. They want to check and make sure.
Roberts back to Leons, and Bradley a hot start, 10-0 to start the game.
Making things happen. Leons with the finish. Well, he caught that at his ankle, but it got him right into his shooting motion. Well, if you're a point guard, you have to understand where you want to deliver the ball to your shooters.
Acuff, a much-needed basket for Duquesne. Finally on the board here, the 15:35 mark, and an offensive foul will go back the other way. Timeout on the floor. The Bradley Braves rolling here in the first 4.5 minutes. Score the first 10. They have an 8-point lead. It's our first game of the day from the Paradise Jam.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with her emeralds of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
This is UVI, your pathway to the world. We are the innovators, the community leaders, the healthcare providers. We are the record breakers.
At UVI, we provide a world-class education with unmatched affordability and small class sizes. That means you are not just a number.
At UVI, we care. You are the center of everything we do.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with her emeralds of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
Duquesne 1-4 on the season, led by Keith Dambrot in his 5th year with the Dukes, his 24th career in the college ranks, and he's had quite a ride the last couple of months, losing his dad earlier this fall.
Well, coming to Duquesne was a coming home party for Keith Dambrot. His father played there on some great teams in the 50s. 1952, a team ranked number 4. 1953, team ranked number 9. A team that was also number 1 in the nation for a while. So there's a great look at Keith Dambrot. His father, Sid, just passed away in October. And I talked to Keith earlier. He said he passed away on his birthday, and he was making a 2-hour trip for a month.
There you see Bradley head coach Brian Wardle in his 7th season. After 5 years at Green Bay, played at Marquette, a couple years in the NBA D-League. There's Trey Williams, nice speed from Acuff.
Pocket pass off the window. Keith Dambrot told me the reason he took this job, he had great teams at Akron. His father was buried in his Duquesne leather sweater, and he asked his son, you got to go back and coach Duquesne, get him back on top.
Boys pass stolen away. Ayers hangs, the tip back, no good. Easley unable to finish. Now Williams throws it away.
Well, Williams, from his years playing at Indiana State, knew that Ari Boya is a shot blocker. Couldn't get up over the rim and caused a turnover. Boya gave some good minutes to Bradley.
Bradley started this Paradise Jam with a 66-60 loss to Colorado State. Had a 6-point lead at halftime, really gave the Rams a lot of fits.
They're one of the teams that be able to hold the Rams way below their scoring average. Bradley's defense.
Mikey Howell's 3-point attempt. Misses everything. Here comes Ayers. Terry Roberts, a 20-plus point game. Jashawn Henry with 12. Henry held in check, just 2 points in their game against Brown. Leon's unable to convert. Bradley scored the first 10 and then has gone silent. And a blocking foul underneath is going to go against Henry.
You're going to see Leon's convert those shots in the future. And here's the late arrival by Henry. Williams getting squeezed by Rink Mast and Deshaun Henry on that play. Trey Williams was really good in his game yesterday. A stat sheet stuffer against Colorado. Williams with 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 block shots. That's against a tall, lengthy Colorado team. Trey Williams, he's 6'7", but he's got a 7-foot wingspan.
I mean, easily really powered that Dukes team yesterday. Williams had a double-double in their first game, 11 points, 11 rebounds.
He's had a good tournament, Trey Williams.
How about this for Duquesne, Kevin? Remember that game against Colorado? They never trailed in regulation.
Right.
Colorado able to tie it up twice late. They tied it at 60-60. And then a 3 at the horn by Nikola Jogo to force overtime. And then Colorado ran away with it.
Colorado took it over. Yeah, it looked like, and they played much better. Duquesne played much better in that game against Colorado than they did the game against Northeastern. Moved the ball better. We've seen it again today. And I had that talk before the game with Keith Dambrot. He really likes his team. It's just a matter of time. That's one of the keys was this is a marathon season, not a sprint. It'll take time for these 10 new faces for the Dukes to come together. Tournaments like this are great for the growth of your team.
So much bonding that happens outside of basketball, and it really translates over when you're on the court together.
It certainly does. Chemistry, we talk about it all the time, and we kind of never sure what it is, but when you have it, you know it. And these time the trips really help you develop the chemistry of your team, especially when you have that many new faces. You face some adversity. And Bradley's got some new dudes too. So Henry and Master back. Ville. They're trying to indoctrinate some young players.
Terry Roberts is new. Mikey Howell with the ball. He's new. Tavanainen for 3. Rebounded by Williams.
A good block out by Leon Ayers.
Ville Tavanainen did not play in the Saturday game as Jackie Johnson III knocks in a triple to make it a 10-0 run for Duquesne.
You got to make Jackie Johnson put the ball on the deck with his right hand, or he will score on you at will.
Easley Jr. guarding Mast, called for the foul. That takes us to a timeout. As Duquesne, after a slow start, has locked down the Bradley Braves. And
fresh flavors, classic dishes, and a new seat at the table.
This is the dimension of imagination.
CC1 Wine and Spirits is proud to sponsor the Paradise Jam. It's the official beverages of the Paradise Jam tournament. Coca-Cola, Dasani, Sprite, and Body Armor. 10-10 is our score. Duquesne, after allowing Bradley to start with a 10-0 lead. Duquesne, 1 of 6 at the last timeout. Now, 3 of 7 in that last stretch. Starting to find it offensively and defensively, making it difficult for the Braves.
Free ball was big. That one that Jackie Johnson, the third hit. Big hoop. They went below the screen, allowed him to knock that one down.
Trey Williams for Duquesne, 5 points, 4 rebounds. 6 points for Malavi Leons for the Braves. Here is Henry. Gets the tip in.
Really good second effort. Again, a play set up by Roberts. Shuffle pass on the baseline. Henry knew he missed it. Went right back. A pogo stick. Tipped it in.
Primo Spears with his first point.
Had the defender back on his heels. Good execution by Spears.
Roberts just struggling since that opening game here.
Short on that one. That was a side pick and roll. Lane was completely cleared out. Roberts has to convert.
Roberts threw it right to Jackie Johnson the third, who takes the easy 2, and Duquesne with their first lead of the game.
5 turnovers for the Braves already in this game. You got to tighten up the ball handling.
Is Mast inside working against Williams, too strong.
Williams had him shoved out that extra foot that makes that jump hook much more difficult. Oh,
Lee
nice
Jr.,
ball
and he
fake.
can shoot the 3 and he can drive it.
Oh, 2 good attempts at the rim by the Dukes and couldn't convert. You got to get those.
Nice feed from Tavanainen to Rink Mast.
Mast outran the defense. Put his hand up, the target hand up. Vile, that's the finish to the Dutchman. Bradley heavy with foreign players.
Rink Mast from the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's not a good shot. Spears is playing with the ball. He's trying to score on Leon, who's 6'9". Freshman has to learn to give it up and trust his teammates will get it back to him.
There's Tavanainen. Tavanainen, junior from Helsinki, Finland. He's a sharpshooter. Went through some Finnish military training as well. And probably not a surprise, but he trained with the sharpshooters, Kevin. Mandatory requirements.
He had a great freshman year in the Valley. Struggled to shoot it last year, but really dynamite. With the sharpshooters.
Yeah. Military training. So shooting guns kind of a requirement for turning of age in Finland.
You are a wealth of knowledge, Brad. Where do you find that stuff?
Spears throws it out of bounds. What
Both
else do
of
I
these
have
teams
on
are
Vile?
kicking this thing away.
He's got a brother that plays basketball at Utah Valley. He was one of the youngest players on the Finnish World University Games team.
I know Vile spent some time on that World University team for Finland. That's the Deshaun Henry that we didn't see yesterday. Power move inside, outstanding footwork. He is so strong and explosive.
Senior for Bradley. All-conference honoree last year as a member of the all-bench team, and year before that, most improved as Easley buries a 3.
Easley with a little body English to get that one to go through. Oh, this is the 7th place game, but you would know it by the way these two teams are competing. They're playing like they're in the championship bracket.
Austin Rotroff whistled for the foul. So up to the free throw line, Connor Hickman, freshman guard out of Bloomington, Indiana. Hickman had 11 points against Brown.
He's really good. I like Hickman's game. He was starting until Bile came back from an ankle injury. And this is, Bradley's also, they've got in that rotation, I'm looking at 6 new players.
And that's the top 8.
Yeah, they got a core there with Bile back, Deshaun Henry, Rink Mast, Boya, Jason Kent. He's got some new guys that are trying to get into the system. A lot of these mid-majors, Brad, we've talked about, have got players that have taken that 5th year of super senior being a COVID, so there's a lot of maturity on many mid-major teams. Both of these teams are fairly young.
Foul on Duquesne takes us to a timeout. A 1-point game here in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
At Progressive, we love your pets as much as you do. Like this guy in a hat. That's why Progressive Car Insurance covers your pets for up to $1,000 if they're ever in a car accident with you. This mini majorette's gonna march her way right
I'm sorry,
into your
can we
heart.
stop? I know that we're selling car insurance here, but, all the cute little animals, it's too much.
Define too much.
What's wrong with cute animals?
So are we doing this or what?
Nah, it's over.
Well, someone's got to break the news to Mittens. She's a diva.
Fresh flavors, classic dishes, and a new seat at the table.
Welcome back to the 2021 Paradise Jam, proudly sponsored by Coca-Cola. Share the magic. Bradley a 1-point lead over Duquesne in a battle of 1 and 4 teams that are both looking for their first win down here in St. Thomas on the U.S. Virgin Islands. Bradley just 1 basket in their last 5 attempts. Here's a high percentage shot, and Ari Boya adds to the lead.
Good step play again. Boya isolated inside. Bradley doing a much better job in this game of defending without fouling. In the 2 previous games, they had shot 18 free throws. Their opponents 49.
Just 2 free throw attempts for both teams thus far. Easily, that's a tough shot.
Easily making it look easy. He is wired to score. Kevin Easley.
Jason Kent. Kick back, Hickman. Shut down by Acuff.
Easley went to Chattanooga. He was SoCon freshman, then transferred to TCU, didn't get a lot of playing time. Now back with the Dukes.
Ayers fouled on the shot attempt. That goes on Hickman. You see Coach Wardle there talking to his freshman point guard.
Again, if you're not actively eating or drinking, you need to wear your mask. Again, if you're not actively eating or drinking, you need
6:46 to play here in the first half. Bradley started with a 10-0 run to start the game. Then Duquesne answered with a 10-0 run. And since then, it's been pretty back and forth. Both teams have led 4 different times. Duquesne in front.
Now Bradley playing with their second unit. They have no starters on the floor.
There's Montgomery. Zeke Montgomery had a good game for Bradley on Saturday.
I Now the freshman got forced into action, had 9 points for the Braves. We haven't seen this line.
Zeke Montgomery, a freshman out of Louisville, Kentucky.
They're trying to push Johnson to his right hand.
Jackie Johnson, the third, a freshman from Wichita, Kansas.
That was good scouting report defense, making the freshman go to his weak hand.
Kent missed it wide right.
The 3 starters back in with Leons, Henry, Mass, but no Terry Roberts, still on the bench.
Howell and Hickman on the floor. The backcourt for Bradley.
I think Roberts about his way in. I see Coach Warren's got his hand on Terry Roberts' shoulder.
Trey Williams inside, halfway to a double-double, adds to it now, 7 points, 5 rebounds for the big man.
Trey Williams can get you on his hip. Those low center of gravity, wide hips, difficult to fit in the post.
Spin pass in for Mast, read beautifully by Duquesne.
Williams with a steal. And Greg Lansing recruited Trey Williams to play at Indiana State, and he spent 2 years. And I remember Greg telling me when he recruited him, most guys want to be wings, point guards. Trey Williams said, hey, I'm a center. I'm going to play in the post. He likes to grind it out inside.
He's expanding his game, though, Kevin, adding that three-point shot now. As Ayers follows the Johnson bucket with one of his own. Henry answered on the opposite end, but a timeout taken by Brian Wardle. 4:35 to play, just a 30-second timeout, as we will keep it right here. Duquesne getting it rolling here. 7-point lead. See there, 10-0 run.
Now Ayers can really score. They've got some guys. Here's Williams. Watch him back him in. Get him on the right shoulder. Gets Mass to take the bait. Then spins back. This guy is wired to score. He knows where they hung the hoop. Ayers, prolific scorer in junior college, hit 9 threes in the game one time. 9 threes. I have a hard time doing that in an empty gym.
Speaking of three-pointers, we saw 20 three-pointers fall for Colorado State yesterday in the semifinal Sunday action. The Rams punched their ticket with a win over Creighton.
Was that a show by the Rams out of Fort Collins, led by David Roddy? That's a good team, Colorado State.
That'll be our final game of the day. This is Henry over to Mast. Mast bodied up by Trey Williams.
And Trey Williams did not like that call. I thought he had his arm straight up, and that Frank Mast initiated the contact. So difficult to fit in the post in today's college basketball world.
It's Williams' first personal foul. And Mast gets the free throw.
No, I'd say you're leaning into him a little bit there, Trey. With those arms to the ceiling, straight up.
Trey Williams has had a good tournament down here. 11 points, 11 rebounds against Northeastern, 17 points against Colorado, when the Dukes, again, never trailed in regulation but lost it in overtime.
Well, what impressed me about Trey Williams was the 7 blocks he had against the Buffaloes.
There's Henry with the denial. Shot at the horn by Davis Larson. A foul on the rebound.
Davis Larson, he's a great story. This kid was going to be a grad assistant for the Dukes. And he took that extra year. He's 24 years old. He's the oldest player on the roster.
Hold that thought. We'll come back more on Larson when we return, as we're in the first half of Game 1 of the Paradise Jam.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with the embers of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
One more.
One more, please. One more, guys. One more. Set up.
One more.
One more.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more. Oh, one more. Wow!
Your idyllic tropical getaway begins at Belongo Bay Beach Resort on St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're family owned and famous for an all-inclusive package, friendly hospitality, one-of-a-kind amenities and experiences. Explore St. Thomas or sail to nearby islands and swim with sea turtles aboard our custom-built catamaran, Heavenly Days. Relax on the beach or take advantage of complimentary water sports and windsurf lessons. Come discover the Caribbean as it should be at Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas.
MBW, My Brother's Workshop, is a nonprofit organization that provides hope, healing, and purpose to at-risk and high-risk young men and women in the U.S. Virgin Islands through mentorship, education, mental health counseling, on-the-job training, and job placement. Become a part of the change and learn more about our program at mybrothersworkshop.org.
Duquesne creating a lead here. Up 6 on the Bradley Braves. As Kevin, you were just diving into Davis Larson, the 6'5" grad assistant turned player out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
He played in Division II Hillsdale, and he came to the program for Keith Dambrot to be a GA, and he decided he knew the plays better than the rest of the team, so he had a year of eligibility left, so he went from graduate assistant to player.
He's on the floor, bottom right corner of your screen. Duquesne needs to get a shot off, and that does not draw iron. As the shot clock was winding down, Henry with a nice block on that play, or excuse me, Mast. Henry had a good one there earlier. 3 blocks now for Bradley defensively.
Yeah, challenging her. I'm trying to remember, there's a quarterback at South Carolina. Actually, he started his career at Iowa State. Same situation, graduate assistant. Their quarterback's got hurt, and they brought him off the staff.
I think I remember, Zeb Nolan?
Zeb Nolan, yeah, right? They brought him off the staff, and he came and he played for South Carolina. I believe he won a game for him, Zeb Nolan, yes.
Terry Roberts in and out. Roberts scoreless for Bradley here in this first half. Ayers to the rim.
Slinky, he's the slinky toy. Ayers slides right through the defense. Look at that move. Yep, that's going to be on Deshaun. Ayers active on both ends of the court.
He's bringing the energy. And Duquesne riding it to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, the bench from the Dukes have been outstanding in this game. Got 11 bench points. Most of it's from Ayers and Jackie Johnson.
29-21 is our score. Duquesne an 8-point lead. 2:33 to play here in the first half. Spears trying to get it to Williams. Mast keeps it alive. Mast wants to go inside. He's got Spears on him. Terry Roberts, the pull-up jumper.
There's what they need. They need points from Roberts. He's explosive. We highlighted him in the open. Had a big game in the first contest down here.
29-23. Duquesne, a 6-point lead. Here comes Roberts. Ahead to Howell. Howell gets the 2. And it's a 4-point game and a timeout taken by Coach Dambrot.
5 ball turnovers. 4-point swings. Coaches, they disdain those more than anything. Momentum changers. Bradley's defense has just been constant. They've struggled with the offensive end. Their defense continues to play well for them. There's some really good ball movement. Roberts is so adept at the ball fake, and it beats you off the bounce. There's that pass ahead. Mikey Howell with a finish. Good run here by Bradley.
Duquesne led by as many as 8, and that was that 29-21 lead before Bradley got 2 in a row.
I like this lineup that Bradley uses every so often where they put Roberts as a 2 guard and bring in Mikey Howell as a point. Now, Mikey Howell came out of San Diego. He's a grad. He was one of the top assist men, not only in his league, but in his country. This kid can really pass it. And Brian Roll told me in the open court, he is dynamite.
Shows Bradley over Texas A&M, BYU. The UC San Diego, 500 career assists.
Yep, I know it's a big number, 500.
Six a game, that's the average.
He led his league in assists.
Shot clock to 5. Primo Spears gets it off over Leons.
Oh, we've seen Spears do that a couple times where he's trying to go one-on-one himself. That time forced to because of the shot clock issue.
Acuff almost had a run out. Read the pass from Tavanainen.
Acuff he was drooling on that one. He thought he had it. And Coach Wardle and 2 players looked at Belay and said, settle down, settle down. Do not, be careful of that point to wing entry pass. Acuff, really good as a wing defender.
Roberts, nice fake. Leons couldn't get the shot off. Here's Mast. Tough turnaround jumper off the side of the rim and then couldn't gather the rebound.
I don't think he saw it coming back. Maybe he thought the shot clock was running down. Oh, Roberts gets his penetration. He had a chance to score that. He had a chance to pitch it out. He might have had his man on the opposite block. A lot of options with Roberts get into the heart of the defense.
Here's Ayers. He's played well. Has brought the energy. Both ends of the floor. Williams the rebound, but knocked out of bounds by Bradley.
I like to use Ayers on those side ball screens. He gets an edge. Great ability to, I call it, slither into the paint.
Jackie Johnson, the third, gets it back. Puts it up.
That
little running floater.
Picked him off the floor. I look like a soccer play. Another kid knows where they hung the hoop. Jackie Johnson.
There's Roberts, final seconds. Contested and blocked by Williams. And that is a 6-point lead for Duquesne at the half, as it is 31-25. And Kevin, you think about it too, Bradley began the game with a 10-0 run. Duquesne answered with a 10-0 run, kind of back and forth, and then Duquesne just kind of able to throw a few extra punches there down the final few minutes.
Yeah, both teams trying to fight back through some adversity. And we're going to get a chance here to visit with Coach Dambrot and see what he thinks of that first half performance with his team.
Duquesne led by Trey Williams, 7 points, 6 for Ayers. And Coach Dambrot joining us now. Coach, you got some really good energy from Leon Ayers in that first half. What was your message for him as he was out there?
Well, my message to all of them after that start was they better get their head out of their behinds, really. And I thought when he came in and Jackie Johnson came in, our energy improved.
Coach, what's your message going to be here at halftime with your team?
We just have to be more consistent. We've been consistently inconsistent. We have to be more consistent, and if we can be consistent, we'll win the game.
Well, I like the way your guys are battling, Coach.
Yeah, we're battling. We battled this whole tournament, really. We're just a little bit of a work in progress offensively, but we're playing hard defensively, and that's really, if you play hard defensively, you can win a lot of games.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That is Duquesne Dukes head coach Keith Dambrot. We will come back and first half action after this. 31-25, our halftime score.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with her emeralds of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
Prater's is proud to be associated with the Paradise Jam for the 10th year. The court is branded with Prater's patented play-on decals. These decals perform at the highest level of sport. They've been tested under the most extreme competitive conditions and are safe for athletes. Play-on decals offer limitless branding for any court, for any game. Our designers work with your team to bring your vision to life.
Welcome to your U.S. Virgin Island. Is this paradise? Obviously, just better. Because unlike other islands, there is no language barrier. Yeah, man. And your cell phone works even at the easternmost point of the U.S. There's no roaming here. And your favorite team, watch every game live. So why is it so much better here? Because this, my friend, is the American Caribbean.
Your idyllic tropical getaway begins at Belongo Bay Beach Resort on St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're family owned and famous for an all-inclusive package, friendly hospitality, one-of-a-kind amenities and experiences. Explore St. Thomas or sail to nearby islands and swim with sea turtles aboard our custom-built catamaran, Heavenly Days. Relax on the beach or take advantage of complimentary water sports and windsurf lessons. Come discover the Caribbean as it should be at Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas.
There's a special slice of paradise that lies in the Caribbean, where the warmth of the people greets you at every turn. Through their passion, you're going to live moments you will always remember. Savor our traditional flavors and explore the depths of the bluest ocean. Here, it's all about culture, history, and heart. If you want to feel the soul of the Caribbean, come to St. Croix and experience a vibe like no other.
31-25, your halftime score in our first game of the day here of the Monday championship day of the Paradise Jam. Duquesne with the 6-point lead over the Braves. Alongside Kevin Lehman, I am Brad Wells, as Jackie Johnson the third, 9 points to lead all scorers. He was part of that spark that you heard Coach Dambrot mention for the Dukes.
Well, I really thought his bench was good for him. Ayers and Jackie Johnson came in and gave them a spark. And I thought he made a great comment. They're playing good defense. They continue to defend. He thinks they can win this game. If you're Bradley, they need more consistency. It's kind of been a herky-jerky first half for the Braves.
They started with a 10-0 lead right out of the chutes. Duquesne was able to find an answer as we take a look at it. Bradley, that fast start started with some points down in the paint.
They distributed around. Rinkmass able to score inside, and Roberts was really good with distributing the basketball. Leon's got him off to a quick start with a couple of threes, and that is one of those loose ball turnovers that Henry's able to convert into points. I think there is the star that stirs the drink, or the straw that stirs the drink, and Terry Roberts. They need to get him going. Troy Williams, again, having a very solid game for the Dukes. Spears with some penetration. Beneficiary is Trey Williams with the finish. And you can't go behind the screen on this dude, Jackie Johnson. He will light it up on you. There's Spears, a little shake and bake of his own to get his 2 points, Kevin, in the first half.
Duquesne starting to beat Bradley at their own game. Bradley had a 10-6 advantage of paint points, and here at the half, Duquesne outscoring them 18-14 in the paint.
And they've done not only by throwing to the post of Troy Williams, but a lot of it's been dribble penetration, which we're seeing right here. Acuff gets one swatted, but they have got inside the Bradley defense, which is hard to do. I need more of that out of Terry Roberts. He's very good at the 1-2 bounce pull-up. Points off turnovers are going to be huge in who wins this game. There's offense by accident. Jackie Johnson bounced one off his toe, picks it up, and is able to score it.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Duquesne.
Okay, we're not going to ask for discounts on floor models, demos, or displays. Shopping malls can be a big trigger for young homeowners turning into their parents.
You ever think about the storage operation a place like this must rely on?
No.
They just sell candles and they're making overhead. You know what kind of fish those are?
No.
Don't be coy. Koi fish.
It can be overwhelming. Think a second. Have we seen this shirt before?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
But you know what? I'm still going to get it.
It's Walmart's Black Friday deals for days. Score a $69 air fryer and get other huge deals this Friday in store. Shop Walmart's Black Friday deals for days.
The 2021 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam is proudly sponsored by Cruisin', the official U.S. Virgin Islands rum. Awaken your island spirit with Cruisin'. Duquesne with a 31-25 lead as we take a look at our halftime statistics presented by Coca-Cola. A 6-point lead for Duquesne, and this is what it looks like on the stat sheet.
And both the teams shooting about the same 3-point. They each have 2, but look at this rebounds here, Brad. This does not happen to Bradley. They are getting out-rebounded 22-14. This is a Bradley team that's a +8 in the rebound department. Duquesne has 9 offensive rebounds. Trey Williams has 5 himself. That's the difference in this game.
Jackie Johnson the third, 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. To lead the Dukes, Sean Henry, 6 points on 3 of 6 from the floor, and Malavi Leons with 6 points, 2 for 2 from three-point land. We will take a break, and we will come back as we'll get the second half rolling from the Paradise Jam in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
The hidden gem of the Caribbean is closer than you imagine. A unique place where passion and heart live inside the people. St. Croix's culture and heritage will make your vacation one to remember. Let the island's signature jewelry inspire your gift giving. Explore the traditional architecture of our twin cities. Come feel the soul of the Caribbean. Visit St. Croix and experience a vibe like no other.
The Emerald Beach Resort in St. Thomas is the ideal island getaway, boasting beach access with a view of the stunning Lindbergh Bay from every room. Emerald Beach Resort gives first-time and regular tourists everything they need to enjoy paradise at an incredibly affordable rate. Plus, it's the only 100% beachfront resort on the entire island and minutes from the airport. Discover affordable, accessible paradise at Emerald Beach Resort.
Welcome to your U.S. Virgin Islands. Is this paradise? Obviously, but it gets better, because here, you don't need a passport, just a good old-fashioned driver's license. Your dollars work here same as on the mainland. And ATMs too. Plus, you get double the duty-free limit.
Honey, I think we're gonna need to get this its own seat.
So why do we say it's better here? Because this, my friend, is the American Caribbean.
This is my classroom. This is where I'm earning my degree in nursing education. I'll use what I learned at UVI to serve my community.
This is where our students learn to provide the best high-quality care to their patients. Our students complete a rigorous accredited 4-year program. They work hard and pass the licensing exam. So far, the pass rate for the class of 2019 is 100%. Our graduates can serve anywhere in the world. I am Dr. Beverly Lancico, and this is UVI Achievement.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. The VI smiles with me, with her emeralds of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me. The VI smiles with me, with her emeralds of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
The 7th place game of the Paradise Jam. Bradley and Duquesne, both teams 1-4 and both searching for their first win at the Paradise Jam tournament. The Bradley Braves trying to harness some positive vibes from yesterday. It was their day off, Kevin. They got a little beach time, and they also saw a fellow Bradley Brave, Hersey Hawkins, get inducted into the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame in an enshrinement in Kansas City.
Hersey Hawkins. I was old enough and had the pleasure of watching Hersey Hawkins play for the Bradley Braves. I was teaching high school in Des Moines, go down the old Vets Auditorium and watch the Braves come in and play against the Drake Bulldogs, one of my favorite players of all time. He was a human highlight film, Brad.
3,008 career points in college. That ranked 4th in the NCAA. It's still a top 10 mark. Drafted by the 76ers, played for 4 different teams, 12 years in the NBA, 14,000 career points in the league.
Averaged 36 a game is 1 year in college. I saw him catch a full court pass with 1 second left, catching there, turning there without coming down, and scored to beat the Drake Bulldogs on a game probably about 1985, 1986. Hersey Hawkins, one of the greats of all time. His number is hanging from the rafter in Carver Arena, downtown Peoria.
Henry with the answer to Tyson Acuff's opening basket of this second half. Here's a fun fact for you too, Kevin. He was on the 1988 U.S. Olympic team in Seoul, Korea. U.S. took bronze. Hersey Hawkins was injured. What did we have 4 years later in '92? That was the Dream Team. Injury to Hersey Hawkins. Did that create the Dream Teams?
Good point.
This is Easley from the corner.
Easley's got a jump shot by Hersey Hawkins.
Fast has it tipped away by Williams.
Just Hersey Hawkins out of Westinghouse High School in Chicago. I believe Dick Versace recruited and coached him at Bradley. They had some just phenomenal teams.
Henry, a good look top. Primo Spears comes away with the basketball. Here comes Duquesne. Ayers was electric in that first half and continuing to feel it at the start of the second.
Got the start here in the second half. That dude is shot ready. Brian Ward needs to talk this one over. This is slipping away early here in the second half.
The Dukes by 12. We'll be back with more second half action from the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam.
This Thanksgiving, shop, save, and trade at Sam Lehman of Morton. We have a wide variety of Ram inventory in stock with more arriving daily. Plus, if you don't see what you want, we can order it for you. And with our month-long Black Friday sales event, you can start saving today with deals on our brand new 2021 Ram 1500s. Don't forget, if you have a trade, we are paying top dollar on all trades. So enjoy the power of Ram this Thanksgiving only at Sam Lehman of Morton.
Fresh flavors, classic dishes, and a new seat at the table.
A hot start for Duquesne in this second half on a 10-2 run. Over the last 3.5 minutes, Kevin goes back to the end of the first half. This is their largest lead of the game now at 12.
Back-to-back threes to start the second half. What a kink in the armor of Bradley's defense. Easily got one, and then Ayers able to knock one in. Graves needed to answer.
Ayers with 9 points for the Dukes. That leads all scorers. Hickman feeds it to Mast. Double team comes. Hickman gets the open look. And Ayers with the rebound.
You have to like the process. Good ball movement. Graves got a good shot. Now you got to knock him down.
Primo Spears guarded by Roberts.
The Dukes have been much more selective on their threes. They're 4 of 7.
Williams lets one fly.
Probably not the guy they want shooting the three there.
Hickman drives, dumps to Mast. The offensive foul as Trey Williams takes the charge.
Hickman going too fast. You have to play under control. He's trying to make something happen, get the defender to commit. Learning process for the freshman. I like his aggressiveness. Here he comes. Trey Williams. There's a wily veteran there. Williams. I've been so impressed with him these 3 games in the Virgin Islands.
Trey Williams, a 6'7" sophomore. Averaged 7 points a game as a freshman at Indiana State, 8 points a game a season ago. He's second best on the team with 11 points per game and leads the Dukes in rebounds.
And block shots.
He's had some monster games. 7 against Colorado, is that right?
7 against the length of that Buffalo team.
Jason Kent blocked by guess who? Trey Williams.
He was on the all-defensive team as a sophomore in the Missouri Valley. Oh, Spears, I like that. Primo Spears, there's your game now. Find those gaps in transition.
6'3" freshman out of Connecticut. Henry gets fouled underneath. That goes easily on Williams easily.
He got hit coming through the lane. Went down like he went down hard. Watch him coming here. Right?
Oh, this is the other end. This is Primo's bucket.
Yeah. Primo's. And we've got Henry at the free throw line. The energy has been with the Dukes here to start the second half.
First free throw good.
Ryan will continue to try to find the right combination.
Mikey Howell into the game as Henry gets 1 of 2.
zone by the Braves.
Ayers a catch and shoot three. Long rebound out to Easley. There's a steal by Roberts. Roberts with two hands.
He can change a game. We mentioned in junior college, in 2 years, 122 steals, Florida Southwestern State for Terry Roberts. Came out of the clouds for that steal. Stay in the zone.
2-3 zone with Roberts and Howell up top.
I guarantee you, Leon Ayers loves to see zones.
Here's Spears. Finds a little gap. Knocks it in.
Spears gets his balance. He is a highly effective player. When he speeds up, not so much.
That'll bring us to immediate timeout. Duquesne, a 13-point lead. Up double digits in the second half. Trying to find a spark defensively. Roberts with the dunk. Duquesne with the lead.
Okay, we're not going to ask for discounts on floor models, demos, or displays. Shopping malls can be a big trigger for young homeowners turning into their parents.
You ever think about the storage operation a place like this must rely on?
No.
They just sell candles and they're making overhead. You know what kind of fish those are?
No.
Don't be coy. Koi fish.
It can be overwhelming. Think a second. Have we seen this shirt before?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
But you know what? I'm still going to get it.
Fresh flavors, classic dishes, and a new seat at the table.
Final day of the 2021 Paradise Jam. It is proudly sponsored by Coca-Cola. Share the magic. 43-30 is our score. We're here in the second half. Bradley's gone to his zone here the last few possessions to try and disrupt Duquesne and spark a little bit of offense as Terry Roberts. A couple back-to-back baskets here on the Braves' offensive possessions.
Roberts has to be the guy to bring him back. He's explosive. He can create some points with his defense, and he can set up others. Bradley has struggled to shoot the three ball all season, continuing to struggle today. Just 2 of 11 from downtown.
Roberts now with 6 points. Primo Spears. The foul on the rebound. This is going to go on Jashawn Henry. And for Henry, that's his third.
Henry with really limited minutes yesterday. The foul issues.
The officials are going to the monitor.
Henry had a total of 18 minutes. That game against Brown.
There's another look, what they're looking at here. Both players kind of arms hooked. I don't think that's a hook and hold or anything.
Right,
it's
you can't review the last 2 minutes who's the last one to touch the ball. Maybe we get an official to see what they're looking at. Yeah, I think it might have been a hook and hold, which was this is going to be a play on.
They did whistle the foul on Henry, and it is his third.
A lot of people in the Bradley crowd upset. But they're clear at the other end of the gym. It's amazing how the farther away you are, the more you think you see. And the easier the game looks.
Here's Ayers.
Wow.
In the lane, everybody flew by, and Ayers, the first player into double figures, has 11 points.
Well, think of the history of this guy, Leon Ayers III, JUCO All-American at Henry Ford Community College. 1,196 points. Watch him set the feet now. This is, they call the Nova move, where you're going to pivot, turn back. That is tough to do.
Howell had his own player fly into him here. Watch Leones. Gets tripped by Boya and then smacks Mikey Howell right in the face with his head. Ooh. How big do you think?
That had to hurt.
How big do you think Harry Boya's shoes are?
I always enjoy talking to Harry Boya. He's the one of the nicest. I mean, this guy's, he's 7'1", 7'4" wingspan. He's one of the nicest young man you'll ever talk to from Cameroon. He's fought injuries every year with the Braves. Unforced turnover with Mikey Howell. He cannot do that.
Johnson.
That's what's going to happen.
Wow, nice pass back to Ayers. And Ayers electrified today.
This is a coming out party for Leon Ayers. Came off the bench those first 2 games. Kind of forced some shots. You see, there he trusts his teammate. He's going to give it up knowing that he'll get it back again. And that's what this Duquesne Dukes team is doing. They're starting to trust one another. Keith Dambrod talked about it. He likes this team. They struggled in the first game, but they've gotten better each half that they've played.
Leones from the corner, that's 3. Bradley back to within 12.
He's been quiet for a long time, Leones. Natural scorer, Bradley needs him to get buckets. You got Roberts can score for you. Rink Mass can score. That dude can score.
Primo Spears' first triple of the game. Give him 9 points. Gonna get tagged with a foul.
Their Spears is getting better too from when he saw him the first night. Once again, he's trusting his teammate. You know Trey Williams is gonna give it back to him. He's gonna get a better shot. He's been trying to beat people off the bounce. Much more effective with a live dribble on a catch.
Roberts over Williams. Boya the putback. Nobody on the backside but Ari Boya.
That ball screen, Roberts took 2 defenders, and it's not a bad move. Get it up on the rim because you know your teammate is going to be able to tip in the miss. Back in the zone.
Spears sets up a screen. Jackie Johnson the third from the corner. Another triple for Duquesne. That's their 4th in the second half.
I don't think you can zone this team. Out with Johnson and Ayers on the court, and easily.
Boya, another putback for 2.
Ari Boya starting to flex his muscles for the Braves. They're going to stay in that zone, but that, there's a good shot there.
It's typically how you break them. Get it to the middle. Here's Hickman, an open look. And Hickman delivers a shot from the corner.
I like that kid. He's going to be a really solid Valley player. Looks like, you probably have the research, is his dad a coach? Because he plays like his father's a coach.
I do not know if his dad was a coach. He's got a brother that plays football.
Well, that's why he has such great balance. When you play the driveway against a brother that's a football player, you better be able to keep your feet in the floor. Because if you go up, he's going to hurt you. I got 7 brothers. I know how that works.
Especially when you're the younger brother of the bunch.
I'm not the youngest, but I'm the smallest.
Spears, swatted away by Boya.
Boy, out of the rafters. Make him go right.
The dump off. Williams can't finish, but will go to the free throw line. 55-42 is our score. Duquesne by 13. Trying to hold off the Bradley Braves here in the first game at the Paradise Jam.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. The VI smiles with me, with the embers of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me. The VI smiles with me, with the embers of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
This is UVI, where research meets discovery. Groundbreaking research, impactful studies. This is our mission.
With an eye towards minimizing the negative impacts of coral disease, our research aims to both protect the natural environment and have a global impact. I am Dr. Marilyn Brandt, and this is UVI Research.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with the embers of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
There's a special slice of paradise that lies in the Caribbean, where the warmth of the people greets you at every turn. Through their passion, you're going to live moments you will always remember. Savor our traditional flavors and explore the depths of the bluest ocean. Here, it's all about culture, history, and heart. If you want to feel the soul of the Caribbean, come to St. Croix and experience a vibe like no other.
Here at the Paradise Jam, today's athletes deserve more than just a sports drink. With potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and B vitamins, plus no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes, Body Armor Sports Drink provides hard-working hydration and more. Body Armor, more than sports drink. Duquesne maintaining a double-digit lead and getting tremendous production from their bench today, led by Leon Ayers, 15 points.
They have 27 points off the bench, and they're from two players. Ayers, you mentioned, with 15. Jackie Johnson with 12. Combined, those guys were 11 of 18. This is a coming out party for Leon Ayers. He came to this tournament averaging 6.7. He has 15 yesterday, or against Colorado 2 days ago, and he's got 15 today. Confidence is growing, Leon Ayers.
And it's a 15-point lead. Hickman for three. Cuts that lead down to 12. A couple of threes from Hickman here this second half.
If you were learning to be a shooter, watch this young man, Connor Hickman. He is shot ready. Feet on the floor. That ball hits his hands. He's right in a shooting motion. His shoulders are square. There is no wasted motion in Connor Hickman's jump shot.
And Hickman creates the steal. Knocks it off a cuff.
He is one of those guys, Connor Hickman, that you cannot keep off the floor. There's too many good things.
This is the 7th place game of this Paradise Jam tournament. Duquesne started with a 71-55 loss to Northeastern and then led Colorado out of the Pac-12 the entire length of regulation, only to see the Buffaloes tied up with a 3 with 2.8 seconds to go, forced overtime, and then the Buffs ran away with it. They've gotten better each game and currently lead Bradley by 12. Bradley, meanwhile, played Colorado State tough, lost by 6. Really had a chance to take the lead in the final couple minutes.
Really good first half against Colorado State, and that's a high-powered offense that the Rams have.
He scored 95 against Creighton in a game where both teams wanted to run up and down the floor. Hickman back to Mast. Mast finishes strong.
Assist from the freshman I've been talking about, Connor Hickman. You also have been watching out here too that I really like his game is Mikey Howell. He understands where the ball's supposed to go. Plays with, like he's got a set of eyes in the back of his head. He needs some more strength. He has a high basketball IQ.
Mast able to keep up with Johnson, and now Hickman trying to ignite the Braves.
They shall be led by a freshman. Back to 7. Brian Wardle has used different combinations throughout this tournament, trying to find the white one.
Bradley.
Connor Hickman, that freshman, 6'3", right corner, rings the bell. That is nothing but nylon. Left corner, left wing, why not? That one caught a little iron. Watch this one. Good push by Mikey Howell. Left corner. This one is gonna tickle the twine.
11 points for Connor Hickman, the first Brave into double figures. Makes it a 7-point game. Bradley on an 8-0 run.
You do not want to play number 10 in a horse game for money. Or pops, or sodas, or candy bars, because you will lose.
Duquesne scoreless the last 2 minutes. Trey Williams goes right at Henry, and Mast comes up with a big rebound.
Oh, we got some new life for the Braves. They're getting dirt kicked on them for a while, but they're making a run. Big possession.
Henry stuffed by Ayers, stays with it and gets the roll. Henry into double figures. He has 11.
He may be the best second effort player that I've seen in this tournament. That one was blocked right into his noggin. He picked up, put it back in, finished. Now he got some numbers.
Easily the quick shot.
Good decision by the freshman.
There's Henry along the baseline. Mast, soft touch, just too short.
You got to use the window. Got to use the window on that play. I think he was surprised he was that open.
Ayers for 3.
Ayers can shoot you in it, and he can also shoot you back out.
Roberts, nice dump off. Mast will have to capitalize at the free throw line.
And Roberts can get into a defense so fast. I really like his game. He's going to be a great player in the
He
Valley.
looks in control all the time, even when he's going really fast.
Yeah. That's a great description.
We've maybe seen him out of control once, maybe twice.
Well, remember that first night when they played Colorado State, he would lose the handle and look like it was going to be a turnover, and then he'd come up with it again. He has very long arms, quick hands. If God was to recreate me as a basketball player, I'd want a body like Terry Roberts. And I'd like to be as fast as him, too.
At 24 against Colorado State, 10 for 15 shooting, 4 for 6 from three-point range.
Yeah, he was big in that game. Then foul issues got him in the next game against Brown. He sat most of that game.
8 minutes to play here, second half action. Spears, the jumper.
I tell you, he is really good when he gets to mid-range. Now, once in a while he'll force the threes, but when he gets to 10, 12, 15, rises up over the defenders. Primo Spears.
Howell lost his footing. And Larson comes away with the steal.
Just cannot have an empty possession. That's a rally killer.
Amir Primo Spears with the basketball. Duquesne a 6-point lead.
I'd rather see Trey Williams down there inside rather than shooting that three.
Zeke Montgomery to Boya, and Boya is going to get whistled for a traveling violation after holding on to that rebound. It's a 6-point game. Duquesne with the lead, but Bradley is coming. Can Duquesne hold him off?
The Snapshot app from Progressive rewards you for driving safe and driving less.
Okay, what message did you hear this time? Safe drivers can save using Snapshot.
What's Snapshot?
What the commercial was about.
I tune commercials out.
Yeah, me too. They're always like, blah, blah, blah.
Tell me about it. I'm going to a silent retreat next weekend.
My niece got kicked out of one of those.
For talking?
Grand larceny.
How about we get back to the savings?
Yeah. Yes, I would like to talk about that.
Okay.
This is the dimension of imagination.
Duquesne trying to hold on to their 6-point lead. The Bradley Braves chipping away into the lead, and Duquesne's struggles part of that.
The ball going through the basket for Bradley has energized their defense. And they're getting some bench production. We talked about how good the Duquesne bench was. Now it's the Bradley bench, led by Connor Hickman, Ari Boya. And I tell you that last possession, I don't think Ari Boya traveled. He was laying it right in his butt, didn't attempt to move. That should have been possession. Should have stayed with the Braves.
As Williams inside, holds off Boya.
Yeah, I like Trey Williams in the block, in the paint. He's settled for some threes.
(61-53). Here's Hickman. He's been a spark. Runner does not fall, and
we were talking with Dave Snell, the longtime radio broadcaster of the Braves, and of course, probably a little biased, but we all agreed that that last play right before the timeout on Harry Boya should not have been a travel.
Williams gets fouled by Boya.
See, I like Williams doing that. Get in the post. He's got that wide body, long arms. He can score against a 7-footer.
11 points, 7 rebounds for Trey Williams. He's got good hands. Pretty quick for a big guy.
Well, he knows how to use those hips. That's kind of what we call the old man game. Gets you on his hip, gets his body on you, gets you leaning one way, comes back the other. It's the seal. And got to be able to make free throws, big man. All right, Braves made a run. The Dukes answered. And Bradley get it going again. They're going to run out of time.
Hickman trying to create around Ayers, and one opportunity for the freshman.
That kid is tough. And I went and watched Bradley. I lost track of time. Maybe it was a month ago when at Peoria caught their practice at Illinois State's, and Brian Wardle was raving about this freshman. And now I can see why. He has been tremendous here in the second half. Who's the guy they had about 2 years ago? They had a kid that could really shoot at the Braves.
Darryl Brown?
Nope, wing guy. He originally came as a walk-on. I've been in too many games, Brad. My brain's kind of scrambled right now on names.
First of 4 for today.
I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. Played for the Braves. Reminds me of Hickman. They know where the bread is buttered. The dude wearing number 4 in white.
Williams with 14 points now, 7 rebounds. Nice feed from Primo Spears.
Yeah, Primo Spears is growing up in this tournament. Learning how to run a team.
Henry whistled for his 4th, so Jashawn Henry to the bench for Bradley, the senior from Saskatchewan. Will hit the bench for a bit with 5:30 to go.
Tell you what, next time we have a break in action, I'm going to ask Dave Smell, the longtime radio announcer for the Braves, who that wing player is I'm thinking of that Hickman reminds me of.
Mast lets it fly.
Mast he is not one to shoot that jump shot.
He has not attempted a 3 today and struggled in the Braves' first game from outside.
Yeah, last year he shot it really well, but it's become a confidence factor for Rink Mast right now. He doesn't even want to look for those pick and pops. There he comes.
With the tip pass. Roberts to Howell, back to Mast. Through contact, it's lost out of bounds by the Dukes.
That is a great delivery by Mikey Howell. Bounce pass right into the pocket of Rink Mast. Howell has tremendous feel for the game. Watch him hesitate. See that pass? I mean, you can't get it any better.
It's a foul on Acuff out front.
Yeah, Duquesne team trying to hang on here, and a Bradley team trying to make one more run. This is a really good 7th place game. There he is. Come on.
He'll let it fly. Still over from the outside on the island. Roberts uses the window.
Counts 3 either way.
Doesn't matter how you get it through the cylinder. Just get it through the cylinder.
Let's see if they go back to Williams.
There is Williams. Taking it right at Mast. And a foul called on Rink Mast.
That's going to be a 1-on-1 now. That's huge.
And that brings us to our final timeout of this game. 65-59. The Dukes over the Braves by 6. Less than 4 to play in the regulation.
Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Oh na na, oh na na na. Reconnect with paradise. Oh na na, oh na na na. The VI smiles with me, with her embers of the seas. The Virgin Islands, they are calling out to me.
The hidden gem of the Caribbean is closer than you imagine. A unique place where passion and heart live inside the people. St. Croix's culture and heritage will make your vacation one to remember. Let the island's signature jewelry inspire your gift giving. Explore the traditional architecture of our twin cities. Come feel the soul of the Caribbean. Visit St. Croix and experience a vibe like no other.
Coming down the stretch, it's a 6-point game. Bradley trying to will their way back into this one as they were down by as many as 16 points in this second half.
You gotta love the way they battle and been led by a freshman, Connor Hickman. Comes out of Bloomington South. That's Illinois State country. Right corner, we saw him catch and shoot. Hickman is 3 of 4 from distance, and there's Mikey Howell find him in the left corner. Connor Hickman, 14 points, 3 of 4 distance, and then he gets the old conventional three-point play, Connor Hickman. And we came up with the name. When Dave Snell at break, I said, okay, 2 years ago you had a kid that could really shoot it. Nate Cannell.
Oh, yes.
Three-point bomber for Bradley Braves. But Dave said, hey, this kid's going to be better than Nate Cannell. Nate, sorry to tell you that, but that's what Dave Snell's telling me.
Dave would know. Leon Ayers.
I tell you, Cannell, I remember that kid. He was a competitor. He could really fill it up.
Bradley with the ball, down 6. 3.5 to go. Here's Howell. Back to Mast. Blocked by Williams.
I like this combination in the backcourt of Howell and Roberts.
Like Trey Williams, this 3rd block of the game. Trying to get it going offensively, too. That one rolls just off the rim.
That was an ISO play for Williams.
Mast goes up strong. Again contested. Roberts with the putback.
Roberts everywhere. He's like he's got a 3rd lung, Terry Roberts.
Primo Spears, look at that pass. Taken away, though, by Henry. Back in the game playing with 4 fouls.
Ayers back to give some offense for the Dukes.
Howell, an open look. Missed the rim. And Mast putback is no good. They are challenging everything Rink Mast takes to the iron.
Well, we talked about bully ball by Bradley, how physical they are inside. This is a Duquesne team that is not backing down. And you talked about earlier, right? Points in the paint. It's now 30-30, but they had a big run there by inside. But Bradley with second chance opportunities, 13-6 over the Dukes.
Alongside Kevin Lehman, I am Brad Wells. Kevin, we have had some fantastic basketball games down here. Even better weather, but we've had some really good basketball games down here. As we take a look at our slate for today after this game, we'll have the 4th place game coming up, Brown against Colorado. As both teams lost their openers and won on Saturday.
Tristan De Silva with that big 3 in overtime to beat the Dukes to get to that 4th place game of Colorado Buffaloes.
Buffaloes upset by Southern Illinois, who will play Creighton in that 3rd place game. Creighton falling to Colorado State yesterday.
Old Valley rivals, the Blue Jays of Creighton, who left the league in 2013, and the Salukis. They have long history between those two schools.
And the championship game, 9 o'clock local time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Colorado State receiving votes against Northeastern, a team that has come in and just found ways to win.
Sneaky
offensive
good.
Efficiency.
Sneaky good. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, Colorado State has some depth. That's my concern right now is Northeastern, the depth of the Rams. Nico Medved got really put together a good squad.
Everybody was in awe of Colorado State offensive numbers they were putting up, averaging over 86 a game, I think, coming into the tournament. Scored 95 yesterday. Bradley held them to 66 in that opening game. There's the foul on Hickman.
Well, Ayers has been quiet. When they built the lead for Duquesne, it was because of Ayers, and then took a little seat in the bench. Now he's back, wired to score the hoops. You know, the pieces of this Duquesne club are kind of coming together. You got Williams inside, you got the two big wings and Ayers and Easy that can score, and you've got freshman point guards that are getting better as this game goes on, or as this tournament goes on, season continues.
Duquesne's lead back to 6. There's Roberts fouled on a 3.
That's big, because now you get, let's get 3 points, clock stopped.
And the foul goes on Spears. Primo Spears' second personal foul.
And late in the game, one of the rules I as a coach is never leave your feet on a three-point shooter.
First free throw by Terry Roberts is good. Career high for Terry Roberts to open this tournament for Bradley. 24 points. Also had 15-point performances earlier in this season against Missouri S&T and South Dakota State.
That's just what you want if you're Bradley. You get 3 with the clock stopped, load your defense up, make a stop. See if Leon Ayers gets in the action. Easley's been quiet.
Easily with it. To the right hand, off the glass.
Catch it in the funnel. That free throw line area takes well help defense. It's a one-on-one for Easley. Big basket.
Timeout taken by Bradley with 1:07.
You know, Easy with 19 and 12 yesterday's game. Big time move. Puts him in the spin cycle.
So Bradley down 5 if you're Brian Wardle. You've got 1:07 up on the clock. Drop a play, try and get a score here. And get back to a one-possession game.
We've seen him do this now. If he's got Mikey Howell in there, he does that misdirection and brings Terry Roberts out of the deep corner, lets him float up as the defense sucks into the middle. We saw Brian Wardle use that in the earlier games against Brown and Colorado State. Yep, Roberts over here in the right corner. Now this is a 4-guard lineup there with 3 guards with Hickman, Howell, and Roberts.
Roberts guarded by Spears.
Is
He's going to go
up?
one-on-one.
Yep.
There's Hickman by his defender, up over Williams, and the rebound by Larson.
They got a good look. Brad, that was a good look.
Roberts called for the foul, trying to pick the pocket. Going around Spears. 1-on-1 opportunity here. Roberts' second personal foul. Substitution, Malavai Leons is going to come in for Ari Boya.
Spears 76% from the line. This freshman has been in big moments before.
Gets the roll.
That is a Virgin Island rim.
Bradley down 6.
Gotta go fast. Don't need a 3, but you gotta go fast.
Roberts gets Williams up in the air and draws the foul.
See what he did there, Brad. He got the switch he wanted, which is Trey Williams. Backed him out and then tried that blow-by move, then created the contact. Terry Roberts, that's a really good play. Again, he's at the free throw line. Chance to get points with the clock stopped, set up your defense. But now There's 1 second difference, but basically if you're Bradley, you shut the shot clock off. Oh, got to make those. So now you're at that position where you have to extend the game, Brad. You're going to have to try to steal that first pass, maybe trap it once, but then you have to foul.
Roberts gets 1 of 2. Bounce pass to Spears, able to get away from Hickman. Spears ahead to Acuff, he threw it away, and Bradley gets it back.
The Spears will learn from that. You've got to just dribble that out. The clock is your friend. Okay, I would get a switch and try to get Roberts in a mismatch again.
Screen from Leons. Roberts gets the clear out. Woo.
He gets to point A to B in a hurry.
Give Leons
Now you
the
got
assist
foul. There
on
you go.
that for the screen up top.
It wasn't much of one. It's just enough. He's got some jets. Lots of jets on this now. Ooh, I guess that was like a fly hitting the windshield. Okay, timeouts. Bradley has 1. Duquesne has 1.
Big free throw by Ayers makes it a 2-possession game.
This kid's wired to score. He's going to make these free throws.
Timeout taken by Coach Wardle and the Bradley Braves. So Duquesne up for Kevin. The very start of this contest, Bradley started with a 10-0 run. Duquesne answered with a 10-0 run. It's kind of like an old heavyweight fight through the rest of that first half, with Duquesne landing a few more punches down the stretch to have a 6-point lead. Stretched it out to 16 in this second half, and Bradley just clawing their way back, not going away.
The difference there in that first half was the bench gave the Dukes some great production. Jackie Johnson and Leon Ayers now, they have 27. Oh, if you're Keith Dambrot, you're telling your team right now, you gotta get back and circle the wagons. Don't open the floor up because Terry Roberts is too explosive. You need to defend the three-point line.
Four-point lead and another free throw coming. You have Leon Ayers with 18 points. Trey Williams with 15. Spears with 12. Johnson with 12.
Davis Larson in the game. The graduate assistant turned player. That's how much Keith Dambrot thinks of this guy.
And Bradley throws it out of bounds on the inbounds. Henry and Roberts not on the same page.
Oh. That's why I don't coach anymore. Those type of plays keep you up at night.
Ayers gets fouled by Hickman.
Well, the key for Bradley, played the full 40 minutes. We saw spurts, and I think we saw longer spurts from this Bradley team. So they've had some growth in this tournament, but you got to learn how to finish games. That last possession when they threw it away just kind of been indicative of what has happened through them without this tournament. And Duquesne,
you said be physical.
Yeah.
You said be physical. They've been physical. Challenging everything down in the post.
Yeah, Trey Williams has been a beast in there.
On the offensive end as well.
And you got scores in Easley and Ayers.
Roberts layup, no good. Ayers gets fouled with 8 seconds up on the clock by Leons.
There's a good look at Keith Dambrot. He's a happy man. He knew this team was going to have some growing pains. Good story. Came back to Duquesne, where his dad was a star in the 50s.
Henry a catch and shoot. Rattles home a 3. Duquesne by 6 though. And the final horn sounds, but we have a foul before.
Yeah. Brian Worrell trying to tell his team, this don't foul. He's still coaching here, right? The last few ticks.
So Duquesne with a big night from Ayers with 23 points. Williams with 15 and 7. Spears with 12. Johnson 13. Easley with 10. Spears free throws give him 15, and Duquesne wins the 7th place game. 78-70 over the Bradley Braves. 5 different Dukes, all in double figures.
Yeah, it's been great balance, and we knew when Keith Dambrot brought in these transfers, 10 new players in his system, that there was a lot of scoring potential. I think the number was close to like 5,000 points that they brought into the transfer portal. But it takes some time for them to learn to play with one another, and that's why a tournament like this is so good for a team, both these teams. Bradley with some new players too, and the Dukes get their first win of the tournament.
Bradley with 17 points for Roberts, Henry with 14, Hickman the freshman with 14. But Duquesne, just the balance that they've seen and out-rebounding Bradley.
Yeah, that's a surprising point, was that Bradley was able to dominate on the boards in these other teams, but Duquesne really came out and accepted that challenge from the very start. 36 rebounds, 35, it was pretty even. Good bench protection also from the Dukes of Duquesne.
Bench points, 35 for Duquesne, 22 for Bradley.
Now, one thing you'd like to see this team do, the Dukes team do, is that they don't have a high number of assists per field goal. So once they learn to share the ball more, as they're doing right there, they're going to reach a higher potential. This team's got I'd say it this way, they got a high ceiling, Brad.
Trey Williams, your player of the game, with his 15 points, 7 rebounds. Spears to Williams.
Williams going to work, man, going to work inside. He has been a workhorse in this game. 7 blocks against Colorado. There he's going against a 7-footer, using his shoulders to seal off the defender.
All right, that is our 7th place game as Duquesne wins it over Bradley. Our next game, you'll find it here on ESPN3. Brown getting ready to take on Colorado. It's more basketball from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Paradise Jam right here on ESPN3.